podiatry student in medical school, the only thing I heard for the last 2 years of medical school through practice management classes, through word of mouth, through teachers is do not start your own practice. I'm Dr. Howze and I'm the founder of Family Foot and Ankle Center of San Antonio.
So the first time I talked to Dr. Howze was on the phone. He had been referred to me, and so he was in the process of going to buy a practice.
I actually moved to San Antonio to buy a practice out from another physician, and that process got all the way to the goal line, and then it was Sunday at about noon. I was supposed to see patients Monday the next day, and I got a phone call that said, the deal's off, we're done. And so I'm like going back to the drawing board. I had a couple groups in town who approached me, offered me jobs, but I think at that point I was kind of ready to say, let me just be the one who's in charge of my own.
And so because he and I reconnected and started talking months before, he knew that he could call and lean on me to find out what the next steps in the process were in order to start a practice. What it takes to do that, make that leap into private practice, it's a lot. And for a lot of people. With that said, the people that do make that leap and jump in both feet into the deep end, they typically are able to control the trajectory of their practice.
First thing I needed was to talk about a location and how I'm going to make this work, and so we kind of started from square one and just building from a location, and then I think the great thing was really you don't know what you don't know in the process when you're starting, so there was just a lot of connections, and there's a lot of people who Todd knew, who had worked with before.
We need to work on the demographics in that area and find out exactly in that general vicinity would make the most sense for him in his practice. Work on financing, find him a banker that fit his exact needs. And once we did that, he was able to kind of conceptualize what it was going to take in order to get his practice off the ground.
I think the best part of the experience is really just being able to still be the one who felt like I was driving and getting what I wanted, but just having someone to say, tell me what you want and I'm here to help kind of facilitate that, versus feeling like I was in the back seat on somebody else's plan for my business, my practice.
We found him the perfect location and we got him a screaming deal. His lease rates are below market rate. Right now, for the first 5 years of his lease, Dr. Howze has an amazing lease rate, and I'm so proud of that, and I know it's going to allow him to have this parachute to come into his practice and really not have to worry about his base rent lease cost. I think that's a big part of what we're able to do, is we're able to negotiate down the base rates for our clients.
I came from a family where it was always financial struggle. It was always just barely making it from day to day, from week to week. And so I always knew that there's a lot of things I can't control, but I could control how hard I worked. And if I worked hard, I'd rather work hard for myself than for anybody else. And so that was just kind of instilled since I've been a kid, and a desire of mine to kind of be my own boss and carve my own path and be the one that's kind of in charge of my own success.